Sisters of J Block, H Block, G Block, Dynamite and Crowd. Come listen, sisters. Come listen now. I am Omolora Wilson, your candidate for Mary Seacole Hall Deputy Hall Chairwoman 2020-2021. And here we are. No fancy posters, no campaign entourage, just me, my manifesto, your questions, and you. I am grateful for this opportunity to provide my initiatives in this medium. But before I head to that, I want to focus on something just as important: orientation program. Orientation plays a crucial part in hall life. After discussion with first, second, and final year Seacolites, I have come up with some plans for the upcoming orientation program that will ensure that our new Seacolites embraces the Seacole culture. The minute you come between the gates of Seacole, you're supposed to feel the strength of the sisterhood. There was a term that was used for new Seacolites last year orientation: hopefuls. A term that resonated with me because of the positive aura that it embodied. And so I want to use that term for the upcoming orientation period. I plan to have a hands-on experience with our hopefuls. A handbook with all the information regarding Mary Seacole Hall should be distributed on the very first day of arrival. Items such as our beloved hall song should be sung daily, and tunes from our tune book should be taught in the form of a bunch up, so that at the end of those 2 weeks, our new Seacolites are well affiliated with these things. I also want to embody the phrase "never leave a sister behind" through trust activities and scenarios played out by the orientation committee. We also want to introduce Adulting 101, which focuses on assisting our hopefuls with various experiences that they may face living away from their parents. We also want to incorporate past and current Seacolites in the orientation program so that they may have TED Talks, question and answers, and share their experiences on Hall. We also want to ensure that our hopefuls are aware of the many issues faced by women across the world. How are they being handled, and the role that they can play in solving these issues. At the end of the orientation process, I want my hopefuls to be sipping and embracing tea. Yes, tea. At the end of this orientation process, I want to hear them say, "So hard to be a Seacolite, but so good." Now that we've gone through the orientation program, here are my 5 steps to becoming greater. Greater with Omolora. The woman on the University of the West Indies campus faces sexual assault and harassment and many forms of inequality on a day-to-day basis. The women on Mary Seacole Hall are no different. I am no different. And from time to time, I feel the need to hear some empowering words, a safe space in my own space, which is accessible just by pressing play. I aim to create a podcast called SOS, Stories of Sisters, that aims to focus on raising awareness of the many issues faced by women in society. To carry out this initiative, we will be inviting qualified individuals such as psychologists, women's rights activists, various organizations, as well as women who have experienced some of these problems, who are more than willing to share their stories and how they overcame it. We want to give women the opportunity to share stories and ask questions and advice without the fear of being exposed. And as such, we have created a chat that allows for anonymity and has been successful in its numerous tests. Listen, I get it. It's not easy to talk about, but we want to make sure that you know that the sisters of the sorority are here to listen. We're here to speak out, and we are here to help. Time after time, I've witnessed the profound passion, talent, and capabilities of my sisters on Mary Seacole Hall. But juxtaposed to that, There are times when I see my sisters at a disadvantage due to their financial situation. And so I constructed an initiative that aims to link those together. PhenoWomen, phenomenal women, women who are not defined by their circumstances, but aim to make the best of them. Using the arts as a vehicle to drive this initiative, we plan on hosting our own play and talent show, starring our very own Seacolites. Proceedings will go directly towards different Seacolites in the forms of grants for hall fees, tuition fees, and various necessities such as groceries and stationery. This initiative will serve as an expansion to our current Sister Sister in Reach program, where we take a further step in helping our sisters. After all, our sisters are our first-hand priority, and charity begins at home. The Mary Seacole Hall has a sizable population of off-campus Seacolites, sisters living off the hall. Sisters we don't see on a day-to-day basis, but are just as valuable as those living on the hall. Let's ensure that they feel this way. I want to work hand in hand with the OCLO of the Mary Seacole Hall to ensure that our off-campus sisters have the opportunity of experiencing orientation and induction. We want them to have the opportunity of receiving a hall name, to be welcomed by our sisters residing on hall, as well as the opportunity of purchasing a package. This will assist with the strength of the sorority. Remember, we are greater together. The bond of sisterhood is one that cannot be easily broken, but how can I continue to protect and improve this bond built between the sisters? Through the In and Out the Hall initiative, I plan to schedule events and activities such as movie nights, run club, and Devon house trips that aim to improve the interaction amongst the sisters on Mary Seacole Hall. I also aim to expand the Big Sister Little Sister initiative by hosting a Sister Sister tournament that will be carried out throughout the school year. Now, let's be real. Participation has been a major challenge on the Mary Seacole Hall, but I am willing and determined to change this by offering positive reinforcement. Sometimes the best way to encourage is not to discourage. As a leader, I am to develop an environment that evokes passion and dedication from my sisters. My sisters should feel appreciated on the Mary Seacole Hall. So, instead of using fear of losing their hall space, I want to take the approach of encouragement and empowerment. I want to work tediously with my committee members and active and known individuals on the Mary Seacole Hall to provide a front line for encouraging other women to participate in our activities. I am a confident leader, planning to work with a confident committee. And when people see a team confident about their work, they become confident enough to want to participate and work with them. In the year 2020, women are capable of doing any and everything. And I want to ensure that the women on Mary Seacole Hall are given the platform through education to do so under the We Women Will initiative, www. Through www, study sessions and marathons will be provided on foundation and other difficult courses. We will work with the hall's faculty reps and the academic support unit. We don't just want to focus on academics, but on other aspects that will help our women in society, from basic to extreme. Sisters, I am Omolora Wilson, proud Seacolite with a stronger vision. I'm on a mission, as I should, to keep building up my sisterhood. Join the mission, sisters. Be greater with Omolora. I implore you, on May 27, 2020, to vote innovation, to vote growth, to vote greatness. Vote Omolora Wilson for your Deputy Hall Chairwoman 2020-2021.